Can you spoil another collaboration you're preparing right now?
No, I don't like to do that.
Art from the character B.
And actually, when the sneaker riot happened, it was scary. Fucked up. What's up, Korea? Greetings from Singapore. Jeff Staple from New York City.
Really proud that I can introduce Jeff Staple on my channel to Korean fans. Let's go back to early 2000. I think the Staple Pigeon you did with the Nike SB is the very first collaboration. It's very effective in this sneaker scene. What do you think about and how you feel proud of that event, like Sneaker Riot?
I'm proud of the history, but when it happened, it was scary. And actually, when the sneaker riot happened, I felt like I messed up. I felt like a mistake.
What is happening?
Yeah, like, I have a retail store. I want everybody to be safe and happy. People are getting arrested and getting attacked. And so I was like, oh, it's fucked up. I was really stressed out.
Yeah.
And then the next day, Nike was really mad at me.
Really?
It's on the front page of the newspaper. It says sneaker riot. Nike doesn't want to be known for violence. So Nike was mad at me, and I was stressed out. So at the time, I felt like I made a big mistake. And then, then later, maybe 1 week later, eBay, the price went to $300.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, $300, that's crazy.
Very first sale.
Crazy resale.
Yeah, crazy resale.
So 300, and then 1,000, and then 1,500. It kept going. Now, of course, today, 15 plus years later, 100,000. Right? It's only after a long period of time that it's now become something important. But
yes.
At the time, it was scary.
Okay, very funny story. You did another collaboration with many brands like Allbirds, New Balance, Puma. We just want to ask about your choice. Which brand? Why?
And I always thought it was so interesting that a symbol, whether it's like this or like this, it means so much more than just the graphic. So I always wondered why do some symbols mean so much and some symbols are completely meaningless? And I was really interested in that. And that's what a brand is.
Yeah.
Right? Few brands that are very legendary and historic for their different reasons, right?
Yeah.
Nike's, of course, for sport, New Balance for running, Allbirds for sustainability. So I always wanted to explore how I can add my vision into other people's brands.
Cool.
And that's why I never wanted to do exclusive forever. You have to just work with one brand forever. Because I felt like that's kind of boring. I want to be able to sample everything, Like if you go to a restaurant, you want to order everything from the menu. I don't want to order the same thing every single time, right? Even if the one dish is so good, I want to still try other dishes.
True.
So that's what I think of when I work with different brands. Is I want to try different things.
I always try Big Mac when I go to McDonald's. Anyways. Do you have any plan to do another collaboration without sneaker or sports brand?
All the time. I don't know. Damn, so many. Non-sports collaboration. What do we do recently? Let me look at my Instagram. I honestly can't remember the things that I work on. Oh, Tumi. Just the luggage.
What's very impressive about your new Puma collaboration, G-Drop? All of this collaboration.
Yeah. Right now in America, there's a lot of bullshit happening with anti-Asian, sentiment
Still?
coming out of post-COVID. Yeah, still a lot. I really wanted to do a project that raised awareness for that, and I discovered that in the 1960s and 70s, Japanese being attacked because of post-World War II Pearl Harbor, that this was the same thing that was happening. And in UCLA in Los Angeles, the university, a group of kids came together and created a newspaper called Ghidra. So I actually reached out to the founder of Ghidra, who's 70 years old now. His name's Mike Morase. And thankfully, he's still healthy and alive. And we got together and I said, what if we did something together with Puma? And the first time, the funny thing is when I first started reaching out to him, I was wasn't replying for 3-4 months. Right? And then when I finally met him, I was like, oh, why did it take you so long to reply? He's told me, I thought you were the FBI. I thought you were trying to arrest me past things that he was doing.
Oh my God.
I was like, wow, that is crazy that he still thinks that way,
Say hello to Korean fans.
Hey, what's up, Korea? This is Mark, aka Mr. Sabotage.
Woo! Let's say in this collaboration, today's collaboration, how the world top plus brands is doing collaboration together.
Starts out with a meal.
Meal.
Good collaborations start out over eating.
Having a good time, feeling relaxed, not talking about work.
Not talking about work. So we had dinner in Shanghai. We were in Shanghai for a Nike event, right?
Nike event.
So we had dinner and we happened to sit next to each other at the dinner. And Mark said we knew of each other, but we never really broke bread and had a meal together.
Yeah.
I think he went to New York after that to visit, and then we had breakfast in New York together. And then we started to talk about things that we can do together. And then, like you said, the conversation then went to WhatsApp.
Yeah.
We went home.
Very impressive custom Nike Jordan 1.
Yeah.
And I heard that it's going very well. Can you tell me about the design concept?
Staples' iconic pigeon color, the gray and the pink. My signature tiger camouflage, Staples color. It's very simple. We both spent decades building our icon, and then when we come together, I always believe product should look simple, people to palette. You just put two things that really work, but there's a lot of like background.
I mean, like, all you did was make it gray and put a pigeon on it, right? But it's like, it's what Mark said, like, the amount of years and decades of blood, sweat, and tears that go into it that makes the job look simple, but it's not, you know? So if it's so easy, you pick a color and an animal and put it on. Let's see how it does.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have another question for Jeff. So please say goodbye and like to
You're chasing me away? Man, okay. Bye.
So all the design details came from that newspaper.
Yes.
Okay. Nowadays, like UCLA called like University California of lots of Asians.
Yeah, even back then it was a lot of Asians too.
Really, but
But they were still getting attacked. I never heard that.
really, can you spoil another collaboration you're preparing right now?
No, I don't like to do that. Okay, I can give you a little teaser. We're gonna start working, this is very exciting, my #1 favorite running brand. When I personally run, and I've always been running in this sneaker for many, many years. But people don't know because they rarely see me running. It's currently not a lifestyle fashion brand. Currently it is a pure running brand. We're now going to begin working with, it's actually,
From the character B.
I don't know, wow, you're smart.
Because that is my favorite as well.
Oh,
yeah.
no one's ever messed with this brand before. It's a totally clean brand from a street culture standpoint. They're just so pure running.
But very comfortable and very good to run.
Best. And a couple of times I posted me, and then they were like, "Oh, can we talk?" And so we had a meeting. Pre-COVID, we must have been talking for like 3 or 4 years now.
Oh,
but
cool.
now we finally officially signed.
Okay, cool. Staple is doing collaboration, but also you have your own collections. How are you going to spread this brand to like reach the people who does not know still? Do you have any spreading plan of your brand?
I think it's time we open our own Staple retail store.
Oh.
We've never had one. We had a store called Reed Space, which was like a multi-brand store, one of the first multi-brand shops. I opened it 20 years ago in the Lower East Side. Now I think it's time that we open our own.
What is the relation between you and Staple and Extra Butter?
So after I closed my shop, Reed Space, which was open from 2001 to 2016, 15 years. Up the block from Reed Space was a kind of like a competitor at the time, Extra Butter. The owner reached out to me and said, "Hey, since you closed Reed Space, do you want to do some stuff with us?" So I became the creative director of Extra Butter for about 3 or 4 years. And then after that, I don't know if people know this, but after that, then Hypebeast reached out to me and they opened HBX in New York. And Hypebeast asked me to then be the creative director of HBX. So I designed and creative directed the HBX New York store.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So, were you going to open that store in Korea as well? Like
In Seoul, but I don't know where. You could tell me where. When I visit,
I don't know.
I need your help.
Yeongdeungpo?
Okay, I trust you. Or actually, maybe you guys should tell me where I should open the Seoul store.
In the middle of Yeongdeungpo 시장, that would be very nice.
Okay.
And I found out there's your book. I already bought from the Complex
Thank
Con.
you.
What is that book about?
And the story is actually pretty funny because Rizzoli put out a book about Hiroshi Fujiwara and Fragment. And Hiroshi asked me to write the foreword for his book. And so Hiroshi told Rizzoli, "Oh, my friend Jeff will write the foreword." And they were like, "Okay, cool." So I write the foreword and then I send it to Rizzoli. And my email is jeffstaple@stapledesign.com. Oh my God, we didn't know it was you that was writing the foreword, right? So they said, "Oh, would you like to make a book as well?" So then we began making the Staple book. Yeah.
Hiroshi's everywhere.
Hiroshi's my mentor, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He's my teacher.
Personal question. Do you know anything about Korea?
Yeah, my wife is Korean.
Oh, his wife is Korean. I didn't know that.
Korean. She's half Japanese. She's more Japanese than Korean. But actually, I've had ex-girlfriends who are Korean too, which I'll never do again.
Do you know any brand or people or
Hater Error of WJM?
Woo Jung-woo?
Yeah, Woo Jung-woo. Yeah.
It was really interesting that you and the other guys know Woo Jung-woo or Vandy the Pink as a Korean brand because they're born and raised in
America, right?
They're American.
No, but they're more, to me, they are more Korean. So who else?
You said Ise last time.
Issei, yeah, my friends are Issei, yeah. So I can't really eat spicy food.
Really?
So I can't eat that much Korean food, just KBBQ and sorongtong.
Oh, solongtang is good.
Yeah, that's it.
Not of all Korean food is spicy. A lot
I
of
love
different
solongtang.
sweet as well.
I'm gonna see you in Korea. You come by, please bring not spicy food for me. And Korean women, don't be mad at me.
Okay, thanks for your interview.
Thank you too. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Peace.